Ball stolen away by Lou Doherty. He's going to go coast to coast and lay it up and in.
It was like, I mean, I don't know if I've been in the gym like that electric in my life. It was so much fun.
Kick out Doherty for three. Got it!
But, you know, we just got to use it as fuel, both the injuries and the games, to hopefully we can get back and have the best year we've had.
He was looking for a foul on Needleman, no call. Downing thought about a transition three, now takes it and hits! Entry pass for Stevenson, kicks out Doherty, three, got it! Downing for three, got it!
There were times on the court where you can absolutely feel it. Like, it's like we're all on the same page. We know exactly what we're doing. We're talking like we're doing everything that we can, and you almost feel like holy crap! the other team, like you can see it in them. Like they're frustrated. Like they're not really sure what to do.
Hey guys, welcome back to Dose of Hoops. I'm Coach Robinson from WPI, entering my third year as an assistant in the program. Joined today by two of our veteran guards, Kahleb Downing and Lou Doherty. Kahleb's from Middletown, Connecticut, went to Xavier High School, went on to St. Andrews, and then made his way to WPI. And Lou's had a little bit of a different path from Arlington Catholic on to WPI, and dealt with some injuries throughout his career, and fortunate to have him back for a fifth year here. So excited to have these guys on with us today. We'll get right into it with Lou. So you're now, you know, you've been in the program for a long time. You're now joining this group of guys you have really become close with over the years. So what's that like now, having this extra year to come back and join those guys?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I mean, you know, we've been together for 3 years now. We've been living together for 2 years, so I've gotten really close with them. And you know, as we've gotten close, it doesn't really feel like, you know, I was a senior and they were juniors younger than me or anything like that. You know, we've gotten close enough where it's always been like we've just been one big group. So, I mean, I'm excited to be a part of their senior year. I think, you know, they've all got a lot of experience. We got a lot of older guys now, so I think it's going to be a good year for us.
Nice. And Kahleb, talk about your time at St. Andrews and what you took from the program there.
I learned a lot there, playing against competition. You know, every game you're playing against high major D1 kids, so I always got to bring my game. And he just taught us all that basketball, like, we can love it. You know, it's competitive, but at the end of the day, life's bigger than that.
Yeah, and what now, and then coming from that program to WPI and a little bit older, having done the extra year, what have you learned throughout the last few years in the program? How has your perspective kind of changed as you've grown?
So the past few years, as I'm getting older, I've learned that I got to take care of my body more. Defense is key. At St. Andrews, I really didn't play that much defense, but playing under Bartley, you have to play defense. So I've learned over the past years to keep getting better at defense, and then it'll help us. It'll help the whole team, and it'll help me individually.
We've had this group, and we've dealt with, you know, a lot of ups and downs throughout the course of our time together. I mean, I can remember I joined you guys a couple years back, but, you know, always coming back to the gym, one thing that stuck out to me was, yeah, usually Lou down there shooting on the gun. That was like a staple when you walked in the gym. He was always on the gun. So it's cool to kind of, you know, be along with you guys for the last couple of years and see how you've grown. But how has your perspective changed in terms of like the group, the team, maybe from when you came in as young guys and you're fighting so hard to you know, stand out in the program, and then as an older guy with more leadership responsibilities, how has that changed and your mindset kind of adapted over time?
Oh yeah, I'll go. So yeah, I mean, when you come in as a freshman, I feel like, and as a younger guy, you kind of want to prove to the older guys, prove to yourself, to the coaches, you know, that you belong here and like that you can play, you deserve time on the court. It's not like a selfish thing; it's just almost subconsciously that's how it is.
Yeah.
And as you get older, you know, especially like when we got a big group like this, you kind of learn, you know, it's more about the group and about winning. And when you're winning, you know, everything's more fun. We've been, you know, especially the last few years, we've been pretty successful. So you kind of turn it into more of like trying to help the team and do whatever you can to make sure that we're winning. And also when we deal with injuries, we both had injuries and surgeries that even, enhances that even more. That, you can't be on the court either way. So now you got to find a way to help the team.
Right. Yeah. How about you?
My freshman year, I come in. It's like you're the young guy. You want to obviously prove yourself to the team. And then we had a few seniors my freshman year, I believe. So you kind of look up to them. They're the leaders. But once they graduate, when I was a sophomore, he was a junior. We kind of had two juniors. We had two juniors, just Lou and Wiz.
Yep.
And then we had a bunch of sophomores. So it's kind of like we looked up to Lou and Wiz, but we knew that we all had to come together as a family in order for this team to work, because we didn't have 4 or 5 seniors to look up to. And we all have to be leaders if we want this to work. And that's kind of what we do.
It's interesting. Last year, we brought in, a couple of guys, and one of them John Lowther ended up, being a big piece of what we did on the court, especially towards the end of the year. And you guys, I thought, did a great job of welcoming him in and kind of showing him the ropes. But you start to see, as you get older in the program, there's some guys that can maybe help us. How do we get them ready to compete? How can we help them so that they can help us get to another level?
Yeah, so when I was a freshman, I just remember the seniors. There was only 2 seniors, Sean and Ian, and they were just like I couldn't believe how helpful they were to us as the freshmen. I didn't even really play that much as a freshman. Wiz did, but it didn't matter to them. They were both trying to help us, and they cared. You could tell they cared about the future of the program, and as well as obviously the current year. So they would do whatever they could to make us feel comfortable and to make us feel part of the team. So yeah, I think it just kind of gets passed along. That's a big part of it.
How about our defense? It's it's a staple of the program, something we all take great pride in, something we really teach and you guys develop throughout the course of your career. What can you explain a little bit, like the defensive mentality and how that builds energy throughout a possession and throughout a game?
Yeah, defense was a big part of my game in high school too. I wasn't like a 1,000-point scorer or anything crazy like that. I feel like that was part of the recruiting process with Bartley. But once I came here, it's gotten taken to a whole nother level. We all take that pretty seriously. Like, I feel like over the years we've gotten to the point where we like playing defense now because, we know we can really lock teams up when we're locked in. And especially this year, there were times on the court where you can absolutely feel it. Like, it's like we're all on the same page. We know exactly what we're doing. We're talking like we're doing everything that we can, and you almost feel like holy crap! like the other team, like you can see it in them. Like they're frustrated. Like they're not really sure what to do. And when we're on that same page, we're playing at that level. It's hard to do at a consistent basis, but when we are doing it, it becomes fun and it turns into offense. And that's how we go on runs. And next thing you know, you can take the game, put it away. So
yeah.
Like I said, I think it's something that we've come to enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can feel it, from the bench. You can see when we're in that state of mind during games that we're just gonna shut down whatever you want to do. You could feel the energy building, throughout a possession even. And Kahleb, question for you. I see you and we see you as like a very vibrant personality and somebody who's always kind of bouncing around campus and knows everybody, and is really well connected with students, but also professors and anybody that comes in your path. How do you think that's helped you, in your transition to WPI, and how do you think that's helped you be successful here?
I think it's helped me a lot. My freshman year, I really wasn't outgoing. I kind of just stayed to myself, and that's not really like who I am. Like back at St. Andrews, I knew literally everyone on campus. Although it's like only 200 kids there, I knew everyone, and I was outgoing. I know like I can have a full conversation with someone. But it's helped me a lot transition from high school to college. Freshman year, as I said, I really wasn't outgoing. But then as soon as sophomore year started, I started being myself. Blossom more, and that's just helped me become more comfortable here.
Yeah.
Like I know a bunch of people. I know most of the professors. I talk to like all the lunch people. Like they all know me. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's key. It's important. It's important.
Yeah, for sure. Not because when you're making meals, you want them to put in that extra. You feel me? So
Something special for you, right, on the side.
Exactly. I gotta make it steak and stuff in the back. I don't make it for nobody but me. You feel me?
A couple strips of bacon left in the back they can pull out.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know that game. How about the most difficult thing you guys have dealt with as a player? Like maybe one thing that's been, really difficult, whether it be an injury or like, a loss, and how you have or plan to kind of bounce back from that.
I mean, I can talk for both of us and say injuries is probably one of the most difficult things that we have gone through. We both have surgeries. He had a more major surgery than me, but it still took a while for both of us to get back to where we are. And then fighting weight loss for me was like my weight. I put on like 20 pounds after surgery, and I was pushing like 205. That's just not where I want to be. So then weight loss was a big challenge for me. Also, losing the past 3 years in the conference championship is very frustrating. It's a big challenge, and I think one of our goals, well, both of our goals, our team goal, is obviously to be the best that we can be next year, and hopefully get back to that game and then NCAA tournament.
Yes, sir. How about you, Lou? Anything you want to add to that?
No, I'd agree. Those are definitely the two biggest things that stick out to me. I mean, it's tough injuries wise. Like you're used to playing every day, and now you got to watch from the sidelines. It's frustrating, the rehab and just wanting to be out there. So, and then same thing with me. I mean, I put on some weight after surgery. It's hard not to. So you got to figure out how to take care of your body and how to get back in shape and all that different type of stuff. So that can be tough. And then obviously the conference championship games, those have been heartbreaking, especially this year's. But, we just got to use it as fuel, both the injuries and the games, to hopefully we can get back and have the best year we've had.
Yeah, it's a good point with like the injury stuff, because you guys really haven't had a great opportunity a whole off season to really get yourselves better. And even this year dealing with the COVID stuff is challenging, but being healthy and having this time to actually prepare yourself for the college season, I think, is going to help you both tremendously, because even Lou, I think it took you time over the course of the year to get yourself back in the flow like you want it to be. And, you saw signs of that late, playing some of your best basketball in the last couple of weeks of the season. And yeah, I mean, the conference championship thing, I think it's interesting. It's so hard to deal with that. And, it could drive you insane, but one thing that I think is important is to just, do everything in our power to put ourselves in the best situation for next year. All right. So now from each of your perspectives, what really makes our team and our group special?
Everyone's personality, and everyone being themselves just makes our group so much special, or so more special. We hang out probably every day, whether it's here at Nash or across the hall, or it's just on the court, in the gym, eating in a Deka. We're always together, so we literally know each other like the back of each other's hands. It's kind of crazy, the time we spend together. So I just think everyone being themselves, the love that each person shows for one another, is what makes our group so special.
And, we're really close. I mean, these kids have become some of my best friends in just like 3-4 years. It's kind of crazy. But another one I'd say, just to switch it up, is probably like how competitive we all are. Like not just like in practice, you probably see it sometimes. Like when we do drills and if we start going up and down 5-on-5, even though we're really close, like it can, like we don't care. Like it gets competitive. Like we really want to win, all of us. Right. And like even if you come back to the house, I mean, we'll play 2K here, and like, we really want to win. Like, we take that seriously. Like, everything we do, we're just a really competitive group. I think that translates to the court, like, how badly we all actually want to win. Like, it matters to us, so.
Right. Yeah, that's good. And how about a favorite memory now from your time here in the program? Kahleb, you can start with this one.
Individually, my favorite memory was when I hit the shot to go up against Springfield my freshman year in the semifinal game. That was crazy. As a team, probably make it to the NCAA tournament.
For me, probably personally and as a team, was this. Even though we didn't win the championship game, but this NCAA, I mean not the NCAA, the league tournament, the semifinals and the finals were both at home, and I mean the gym was packed. It was like, I mean, I don't know if I've been in the gym like that electric in my life. It was so much fun.
All right, guys, thanks for joining Dose of Hoops, episode 6. Kahleb Downing, Lou Doherty. Happy to have these guys both back next year. We're excited about having a big time year. So we'll see you guys soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Gerald.
Dose.